I used to be at your cousin's house all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah. I met you once, very briefly. You were walking out, and I was coming in.
Yeah.
I forgot what subdivision they were in. I lived in Brookwood.
Where's that at?
That's over Tinkin.
Oh yeah, I was over there yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice
Golf
area.
course.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I used to go to parties and then I'd get blamed for taking shit, and it wasn't me that was taking the things, man. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Son of a gun. This is something about. All right, so tell me about. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what you got in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Have we
Don?
started?
Yeah, man, we're going.
Right. So I'm a comic book writer.
You write comic books?
Yeah. These are.
Let me see. How'd you?
Let me take the plastic off here.
So you're a little younger than me. So you came up during like the Fall of the Mutants and all that shit.
Yeah.
With Marvel.
Yeah. I started this company 2012. There's book one.
I imagine you came up reading comics though, right?
Yeah. There was a guy lived across the street from me in Brookwood.
Yeah.
Had a huge collection, and I just got lost in there, just reading box after box.
What were the comics that you were drawn to?
I always liked X-Men, really
Yeah.
into X-Men, and then on the DC side, I like the Flash and Batman and that kind of stuff.
Man, when I was reading it, it was like DC almost had like a weird stigma to it. It was like, oh man, this shit is corny, and I would only be on like. Meanwhile, I'm watching fucking reading Daredevil.
Yeah,
fucking-
yep. I like the the grittier stuff as I got older.
Yeah.
and not the Adam West kind of kooky kind of deal. But this I started in 2012. An X-Men meets supernatural feel for the story. It's one last battle between heaven and hell. Winter takes Earth.
Man, I've gotten religious, and I really feel like it is. I feel like there's fucking demons out here, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, bro. Like I be looking at these motherfuckers like this demonic shit.
There's a religious element to that, but it's not preachy or churchy. It's just I always liked 12 years of Catholic school. The only part of the Bible that I really liked was the apocalypse story. It was like they got a new writer and they had all this cool stuff.
Man,
But so the
Hey, you got a bitch on a leash.
yeah.
That's nice. Look at this. I guess we can cut to that. All right.
So you don't remember that book?
No.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe this will.
Holy shit. Man, oh man, look how young I was.
Look at that.
Don't say, hey, no one can say you didn't look. I look pretty good doing a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at all. This is sober Jude. This is druggy Jude. I should get back on drugs.
I gotta get.
That shit.
So,
Yeah, that looks familiar because I guess I
Right.
was holding it, but I don't think I read it.
This morning I'm like, oh my god, I forgot he held the book for a picture. I think I mailed it to you somewhere.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And let's see, based on this coat right here, that was a long time ago, man. How long ago?
Hey,
was
looking
this?
hard, no smile.
That's because look, man, if I smile, I look like a pedophile. Hey, Dom, you got any kids I can
got
read
it.
to? Can I read to your kids?
So
Yeah, actually, now that I feel like this picture was up in our thing. Would that make sense?
yeah, probably.
This was at Sirius, and this was at the Sirius studio.
Okay.
I want to say this was, holy smokes! All right, so this was this Sirius studio right here. This was on Melrose and Willoughby.
Okay.
And it was real grimy. It smelled like sewage. There was all these bums all around. My buddy banged out a fucking porn chick right in here. I remember, and I was trying to shave.
It's a comfortable spot.
I had to go to E. I had to go do some shit at E, and I'm like shaving as he was fucking this girl. And it took him forever to come because he was on Adderall. You know how that is.
Yeah. So there's a character in this book, Ravager. He was like the personification, everything I thought of evil. He's a cannibal demon. The more he eats, the bigger and stronger he gets. He was inspired. He was inspired by my ex-girlfriend.
Really, dude? You're she like a succubus? Is that what they call them? The ladies that pull you in? Succubus.
Yep. And then we sell these little guys,
So
little baby ravagers.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did this get real popular or?
Yeah. So that's book 1, 2, and 3. And I was touring with that for 6 years or so, just to prove that I could do it. You know, 'cause I didn't know much about the industry. I just jumped right in. I was passionate about it. You know.
Did you draw?
I'm the writer and creator.
So you got with somebody that drew it, and then you wrote the story.
Yep, I got investors so I could hire the artists, the team of artists to do it.
How many artists did you hire?
For that series? I think we had two or three.
I'm like, your family's. You come from a family that knows how to do business,
right? But not in the creative.
No, not at all.
Right.
But you do not, like, I never even would have thought of hiring a team of motherfuckers. I'd have been like, hey, I got this guy Randy. He said he's real good, and then fucking, met him at a coffee shop, and then Randy would keep dropping the ball, and I'll never get anything done. You know, like usually, but like you got fucking merch and everything.
Got merch. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, and it's one of those things where people didn't see this coming that knew me. They're like, I didn't know you wanted to write. I didn't know you wanted to do all this, and it just kind of came together. And it was just a passion, and that's a prequel to the series.
Hey, you got Hitler.
Yep. Yeah, the popular bad guy is a descendant of Hitler. That it comes back.
So you got everybody in here. You got George Washington.
Yeah, that's a conspiracy theory book, pretty much.
Yeah, I see the Masonic checkerboard.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Duality.
Yes. I love conspiracy theories, and
man,
I drink a bit of the Kool-Aid, not all of it.
Let's go. Let's get conspiracy in this motherfucker. Look, bro, I'm like one of those dudes where if someone says in a rap song that they sold their soul to the devil,
right,
I fucking believe them.
And you hear it all the time.
Yo, dog, have you ever joked about that shit? Like, have you ever been like, hey, I fucking did it? Like, I don't even like saying this shit.
I don't even say it, right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever said anything like that?
No.
And you don't even believe the fucking Bible. You're like, I don't even like the Bible except for Revelation. But you still won't say that, right?
Right. Just in case, because there's too many coincidences. I don't really believe in coincidences.
Bruh, if someone says that shit, moving forward for me now, I'm like, that's a fucking demon right there. Like, I believe you. Like, I believe you. Like, would you joke about that? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's so I see all these motherfuckers in entertainment claiming that shit, and I think they did. I think these cats are devil worshippers.
Right. It's more like the subtle use of it to me than where it's totally open. Like maybe like a Marilyn Manson who's just making money off of it potentially.
I think he's doing it too, though.
You think he is too?
Fuck yeah, dude. Like he's doing all that fucking eye shit and this stuff.
Right.
I think my old bosses did that shit. I think, yo, dog, listen to them.
Yeah. I think there's enough evidence out there that you can make a case that it's a real thing and not just story time, in my opinion.
Do you see? I mean, look at what rap music has become. Bunch of fucking dudes in dresses and shooting each other. It's weirdo shit, dog. Like, that's not, if that ain't Baphomet, like, I don't know what the fuck is the Baphomet shit. Like,
Right. There's nobody that would have predicted that's what the future was.
Bunch of fucking thug dudes singing along to a fucking horror rapper chick like Nicki Minaj, like a bunch of dudes singing along to Nicki Minaj about getting their pussy ate. It's fucking weird, man.
Really weird. Then like these Casio keyboard demo beats like that are just so everything is just simplified and not where anybody.
Are you really on this conspiracy theory shit? What are your conspiracy? Tell me some of the things that you believe.
Well, all right. So that book, the popular bad guy is Führer, like on the cover there, the guy on the right. He's descendant. His family tree contains Adolf Hitler and Lucifer, right? And then
Holy smokes!
Yeah. Then his another one of the bad guys is Recluse. Recluse isn't a person's name; it's a position. So throughout history, Recluse is behind the scenes doing Lucifer's dirty work, whether it's moving money around, influencing war, and all this kind of stuff.
Talking about bankers?
Yeah. So you go to the first page, it starts with Jesus being born. And then Lucifer's in the background, one of the three wise men.
I just saw some gay sex shit.
But yeah, so I mean, I think the evil. I don't think anyone can deny there's evil in the world, right?
I think it's beyond that, man. It's like COVID made me believe in warlocks and shit.
How's that?
I've never seen a whole group of people just be under a spell the way they were.
Okay.
They was like, cats was running around. This was like, they was running around like, wearing this shit on their face, snitching on people that didn't do it. That's like lunatic shit.
Yes.
Like you go, like if you went on an airplane without your little fucking, without a diaper on your fucking head, like people start losing their shit.
Right.
Like, this is a weird psychosis, and you can call it like a. You can call it a scientific thing,
right?
But there's also like, yo, bro, these cats are under a spell. So who put them under a spell?
Yep, that was a really, really weird time that I couldn't make heads or tails of. But I'm saying if evil exists, which I believe, it has to originate, it has to come from a place. It doesn't not just there, you know. Just like how there, you know, evil. There's good and evil. The good comes from a place. So where that comes from is where people start to differ and say, it sounds like a fairy tale.
Where do you think it comes from?
I think it's always been here. And like part of the book that I put out there, I think it's, you know, like pride and power. There was some kind of supernatural struggle, you know, and now there's a war going on. Okay. I don't know where it came from, but it came from a dark place, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because if you look in the Bible, and if you look at it's people that aren't happy with their position.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I should be God.
Right.
Or ladies, oh, I should be a dude. You
Shortcut.
know what I mean? Like,
you know.
There's just no shortcuts. It's also like, yo, bro, you can do everything. You'll never be God.
Right. Right.
And like, I'll never be a fucking chick. Or a chick will never be a dude. And the dog is never going to be a fucking cat. Like, but somewhere along the line, we're like, well, if you just feel like that.
Right. I mean, you can go even deeper into the rabbit hole, like assassinations, 9/11. Like, there's all, I mean.
Oh, bro, man.
Every
time someone doesn't want some bankers around, that guy dies.
Right.
Like, throughout history, it's like, hey, nah, we're good on your bank. He's like, oh, I'm feeling kind of sick. He's dead. Like, boom.
Right.
Oh, his 9-year-old son is now the new king.
Right.
That's a fucking thing, bro. Like, that's a thing.
It's weird. There's all the things they said people were crazy for, saying conspiracy, not all of them, but a good number of them have come out to be true. And people just accept that, okay, yeah, that's a thing now. That's a thing the government did.
Yeah, they're like, first it's like I'm a nut job, and then they're like, not that bad.
Right. I mean, the government put out a UFO video. Who would have thought that would have happened? Like, that's
What do you think? What do you think? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. They saw some reason where we need to put this out at this point.
Yeah.
Because you know, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. There's too much out there. I would think something political.
I don't think, I think that our news, after being shadow banned and kicked off of fucking, like, I've been kicked off and shadow banned, like everything. This shit is shadow banned. Like, whatever comes in your feed is in your feed because somebody with a much higher pay grade than both of us is deciding we get to see these things.
I agree. I mean, I've said things. I didn't even text things. I didn't even have my phone by me. And then I go on my feed and whatever I said, if I said something, there's a new Subway restaurant down and then all of a sudden I got Subway ads.
I get that a lot with this shit here because it's like I'm talking to different people about different things.
Yeah.
And then on my phone, it's like, poof, I got it's showing me stuff on YouTube about the thing I was talking about.
Okay. You got to read a comic series called Department of Truth. It's one of the best series. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's all deep conspiracy theory, really cool stuff. It's from Image Comics. It's fantastic. You can get
What do you think about people that believe that the Catholic Church is the Antichrist?
I think that's very possible. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already. Why don't they pay taxes? How'd they get that? How is that a thing we all just accept?
That religions don't pay taxes.
Yeah, you guys don't pay. Everybody else, yeah, but you know.
And and the other thing too is that makes that religion beholden to the state.
Right. Yeah.
It's not just you get away with shit. No, it's like now the state owns them because they don't pay taxes, and if you don't walk in the right line, we about to tax you. We're gonna have to go look in those books. So it's almost like a blackmail or something. Like yeah. Oh no, if you're saying the wrong thing, look at COVID once again. All these churches, they shut down like some bitches, dog. It made me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, bruh, what a lack of faith. Like, whatever happens is God's will. Why would you allow this fucking head cold to shut down churches?
Right.
But yet they did do that, and I think money has something to do with it.
People that are constantly always talking on their moral high horse always scare me. Because that's probably the person that does not have the high morality. You know, I have 12 years Catholic school. Priests and brothers and all these people telling me like, wait, when do I get to examine your life and the decisions you make? You know what I mean? It's weird. Someone that's always on their high horse, I'm like, yeah, that person's probably nuts.
Yeah, man. So you were around for all of when the priests were fucking all the kids and shit. What was that like for you?
I wasn't in the room.
I didn't say he was rubbing the dude's back like, yeah, father, you go get him, pal.
No, I didn't see anything like that in my ear. But I mean, that was around the time when I was still going to school.
Did you feel like, damn,
I'm
not good looking enough for these priests to fuck me? Did you ever think that? Like, oh shit, man.
That's when I really started hitting the gym.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Rats.
I was laughing when that came out.
Yeah, that's
like, I thought, where's the high horse? That's what I'm talking about. Always on your moral high horse, always preachy. It's always those people.
It's like I think there was a group of people that. What happens when the priests do that shit or somebody in the church does something like that? We blame the religion or the idea, and it's like it's not the idea that did this.
Right.
It's a fucking piece of shit that came in there. That's right. It was like, hey, cloak themselves with the idea and just started getting like blowjobs from children, and that's not good.
No,
I'm
it's
against
not.
it.
That's not good at all. Yeah, that was crazy.
But the other thing too is like knowing. If you're fucking a boy, you're gay. So some gay fellas in there. They're like, it's like no one brought that up. Like, these guys are fucking gay child molesters running through children.
Right.
They just skip that part and just jump right to the fucking Christianity thing. So I think that's what I'm saying. Like the Catholic Church,
there's evil everywhere.
Yeah, but the Catholic Church, and like I'm coming from a Catholic place too.
Right.
Like I'm Italian, Irish, so it runs deep on my side.
Right.
And I'm grateful for a lot of the biblical teachings, but you got to keep. Maybe I know more than my grandparents knew, but now that I've seen shit, I can't abide by a lot of the stuff that they're doing. It's kind of sketch, man.
Oh yeah, there's good and bad people everywhere. I mean, just because you go to school to be a priest doesn't mean you're great or bad. I ran into some great priests and brothers, but. It's still it's always there. You can't get rid of it.
But if the head is rotten, it's a wrap.
Correct.
And it's like you gotta. It's almost like a cat has to like come to terms with like this was our tradition, but our tradition comes from a rotten place.
Yes.
I had a problem with these cats. Like I gotta like you can't talk to God. You gotta talk to me.
Yeah.
Like come holler at me in this box and tell me all the dirty shit you did, and I'll fucking tell you. I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird, man. And that's when I walked away.
I always thought that part was weird in the confession, where it's like this mesh screen, so you can kind of see me, but you can hear me, but you're like, what is this? Let's have a conversation, or we can't be half pregnant here. It's either this is totally private or it's not. There's this mesh screen all of a sudden.
Yeah, you start to be like, why is that? Just so he could touch his dick? You know what I mean? Like, why is this? Like, What else did you do? Like, yo, son, I don't think it's a good idea. And once again, these cats are just ruining. Like,
Right.
If you just go to the Bible, like, just study the Bible, man.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. What I like about the Bible is it's a complete book. But if you're even if you read it wrong,
Right.
even if you read it wrong, as an atheist and godless, is still there's still a pragmatism and practicality to the Bible where it's like, yo, this is a good way to run a civil society.
If you cherry pick out of the Bible, you'll get some good moral code. There's some great stuff in there, but it's just surrounded by so much just horror. Slavery's okay. Men with long hair can be stoned to death. I was like, I don't know if you saw your poster boy up there, but he's got long hair, and you're gonna stone him like by your own rules, and just so many.
Oh, where's the stoning the long-haired fellas?
Where is it?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I have to go look that up. But there is just all kinds of.
I think there is an argument for slavery.
An argument for it?
Yeah.
For what?
If you have two societies that live next to each other, and they keep breeding and breeding and breeding, they're gonna bust. And they think two separate things.
Okay.
If this and both sides you could make an argument like both are good, but they got two separate points of view.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna end up fucking each other up sooner or later.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest? Like there's no. How do you? They get in a fight. One side wins. What do you do with the losers?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's like I would just murder everybody. But the nicer thing to do is fucking slavery.
The integrating of two different warring factions right next to each other is very difficult.
But that's a realistic thing that happens,
Well, it's happened. I don't know if the result is good from slavery, but there's.
What about murdering everybody? That's what I'm going for.
Murdering everybody? That's
that way.
Murdering gets rid of a problem.
You don't have to worry about these motherfuckers hollering at you fucking 10 years later, like, "Hey man, like, hey, remember that time you fucked us up?" Like, nah, we don't.
You're worried about the retaliation.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like we live in a whole world of grays. So
yeah, right.
Like. For me to condemn something because there's a trigger word in there, I can't do that because there might be an argument for it at a certain time.
Right. So this series here was what I started off with, and then my second IP, which I kind of went way outside the box, was Donnybrook.
What's Donnybrook?
Donnybrook is my.
You got the fuck away from me. He was like, man, this motherfucker's arguing for slavery. Let's talk about hockey.
It's a hockey comic series. Book one started off as my junior hockey stories. I played junior hockey for half a cup of coffee for CompuWare, Detroit CompuWare here.
Yeah.
And hockey players are a whole different.
Explain. I like the hockey player fellas because they seem like they'll beat you up and then buy you a beer. Or is that?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's
like, all right.
So
come on in here.
There's a whole culture surrounding hockey that's very hard to describe, but there's so many different crazy lunatic personalities that I dealt with. So I put it into book one. I created the fictional minor hockey league that they play in and the fictional team, the Michigan Massacre. So these are all greasy behind-the-scenes stories. We have puck bunnies, rookie initiations, and wild stories.
All right, hold up. So what's a rookie initiation? That's like a.
So back in the day, you can't do it anymore. But we'd have they'd have all the rookies in the mall in their jock straps, handing out tickets to people.
I just saw that. It says he got stupid rookie on his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't like. We've let women talk too much.
Right.
Like women's ideas need to be
right.
They need to stay in the fucking house because they don't understand. They don't understand shit, bro. They don't understand a fucking thing.
This is not their play. This is our thing. You can comment on your thing. This is
because I think there's something to be said for like what is it? A hazing. There's something to be said for hazing. It
went too far, in my opinion. It got out of control.
All right, Nancy. No, I'm playing. No, yeah, I'm sure it did, but like, what's better? No hazing, where just any fucking asshole can come in and then they start making demands and ruining everything,
I agree.
or fucking too much hazing.
Right.
So which one's worse?
Right. Where's
One
that
kills the
sweet
individual.
spot?
One kills the individual, too much hazing. The other kills the actual team, no
Right.
hazing.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, once again,
No,
back
I
to that
agree.
fucking,
There's a sweet spot somewhere in the middle, where there's just a little hazing. It's not even like hazing. You can't say now.
touch of hazing.
Yeah,
just a touch of smattering of hazing, man. This guy. Oh, I'm sorry. Rest in peace if anybody like drank themselves to death. Hazing, but like.
So book
should've
one,
practiced.
when I came with that, it was a book about sport. It's a comic book about sports, and everyone that I knew from comics was like, "This is never going to work." You got nerds that don't want to buy sports, and you have jocks that don't want to buy comic books, and it ended up being my by far best-selling series.
Really?
Yeah. See now, book 2. You look on there in the lower right.
Season 1, book 2.
You got adapted story from Darren McCarty, played for the Red Wings, 4 Stanley Cup championship winner. He gave me a story from his pro career to adapt that I weaved into the storyline.
What was the story?
It was I can't say, but it's another greasy story that's in there. But his team, if you look on the cover, the green and white team is the Burnaby Blazers.
Is that a real team?
It's a real fictional team in the comic. So he owns that team in there.
Okay.
And that other blue team is the Hell's Kitchen Heathens. If you remember the movie Clerks, Kevin Smith, the actor Brian O'Halloran owns that team as well. So
Is that that's a real team too?
it's a real fictional team in that comic book. So we would
In the comic, the guy from Clerks owns the.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we are.
And
That's cool.
Roddy Piper owns a team in there. The Kilted Avengers.
Do you
and-
have to like pay motherfuckers for that shit for
Yeah.
the rights to use their?
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah. And then so we went 4 more books in that series, and we're turning that into a TV pilot.
That'll be cool.
Last quarter of this year or first quarter next year. And so when that came out, and I talked to Darren McCarty, and he loved it, I had another meeting with him where I said, let's do a life story comic, 180-page graphic novel on his entire
It's all
life.
color and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you see the progression of the company.
Yeah.
Starting to,
It's better and better. How many guys you got working for you, drawing for you now?
So that book was a monster. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artists on that book.
Hey, what's he doing? What's he doing right here, man?
oh
what's
yeah,
that all about?
Yeah, he's wheeling that sleaze behind the dumpster. I was in.
Would you look at that?
That was that Post Bar in Detroit.
Post bar.
Yeah.
Man, I wish whores dress like this. They don't ever dress like that. They just
They
wear,
don't.
No, they wear fucking Crocs and shit.
That's old school right there.
Oh man, just some throwback whores. Everything was better back in the day.
That's right. Yeah, you've interviewed him on your podcast, on your old show, I think.
I talked to McCarty. I like him, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to talk about the tough, like, because it's kind of like a Canadian culture to me.
Oh, yeah.
Or we're like they're not bitches. They're not bitches, but
tough farm boys.
yeah,
like,
they're tough ass farm.
All
Break
the
that down
opposite.
for me.
Yeah. I mean, most of the NHL players that come are just these farm kids that didn't want to work on the farm, and this was their chance out.
Yeah.
And you work on a farm, that is no joke. Like
Yeah, man.
if you grew up in the suburb or a city and you're kind of like, oh, God, farm boy, are you kidding? Those guys are double tough. I mean, they go like they're very, very strong and they're very, very motivated to make it in their national sport. Like in Canada, there's a little bit of football, a little bit of this, a little that.
It's weird football too. It's like the field is giant and shit.
Oh yeah, weird kickoffs that you can.
So, and I find that like, look, man, people that work on a farm, they're much more practical. Like, there's no stupid fucking ideas. It's just like, either like you plant the seed, you water the seed, you got to make sure everything's good.
Right.
And if it's not, we're not getting food.
Right.
There's no like, oh man, no one clapped loud enough for the seed. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this seed could have made it if it just had more fucking support. Like, it's just, no, man. It's like shit either works or it doesn't. What did you notice that when you deal with them in real life? Are they more practical?
For sure. Yeah, it's very simple, straight to the point. No bullshit. Like good people that are hardworking and
How are they
very,
different than the Eastern Europeans that you dealt with?
Like as far as work ethic or just in general?
Just in general.
I mean, Eastern Europeans are weird. You know,
Yeah.
they have, especially when any hockey player is already weird. Now you're adding the Eastern European on top of that. They're just
Explain
bizarre.
that. So you mean any hockey player is weird? How? How so?
Just the little quirk. So little things that they do and the quirks and their eating habits, or they're eating on the bench. They're smoking in between shifts. Running out and smoking darts in between shifts, and absolutely up all night, wild partiers. Just very, very intense people, and this is what they know.
But they don't do they miss practice?
No.
So it's like it's not I always say like drugs and alcohol isn't a problem if you don't miss practice.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're there and if you're playing and winning, I guess it's working, right?
Yeah. Coaches don't care that you show up. He's like, that's your personal life. At least they should be.
Straight up.
Yeah. So, but it was a blast playing hockey, and now I'm still a part of it, relevant to some degree.
Have you settled down? You got a family or
No.
what's wrong with you?
No, I'm still I'm still hustling. I'm still
Man.
going for it.
Gotta find a nice lady and come in her.
That does
Find a
carry
nice-
the one. Yeah, that
find
works.
A nice lady. What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
How many? Well, you got kids?
Yeah, but I want a family. You know what I mean? I did the whole
Get one out there.
which was not. It's not ideal for society. You know?
Right.
But
So after the McCarty book, we were approached. I know you remember Roddy Piper.
rest in peace, man.
Yeah. He was the state came to us, wanted the book. He's a talk show host by day, vigilante by night. A little walk down.
This was before. This is after he passed. They had him do it.
Yeah. The estate got a hold of us, and the little walk down nostalgia lane. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Mick Foley, Tony Schiavone.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun, and we're about to put out British Bulldog UK Defender is the sequel, and we're doing a whole shared universe there with pro wrestlers.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I like hockey. I like wrestling, and what you know.
So you didn't get to talk to him at all.
No,
I would have liked to know
unfortunately.
how, like, going back to the conspiracy shit. Remember that fucking was it They Live? Is it They
Yeah,
Live?
hell yeah. The They Live glasses are in there.
Yeah.
He wears them as a vigilante at night. Yeah, They Live was amazing.
So They Live was. Can you explain that to people that don't know?
So it was It was a John Carpenter movie that Roddy Piper was the lead for, which was a crazy thing for a pro wrestler back then.
Yep.
That had not been done before. The door hadn't been kicked down by Hulk Hogan and The Rock and John Cena yet. So Piper, this was the first, as far as I know, one of the first very big roles in a big budget Hollywood, and it came out great. Like the whole premise behind it's fantastic. Like that there's actual would you say they were aliens or they were
Weird
running?
they're like they would be equivalent to lizard people or something like that.
Yes.
Reptilians, and when you put on the glasses, like when you would put on the glasses,
Could see through like his X-ray.
and it would be like if this was a billboard for Coca-Cola, it would be like Obey.
Yeah.
And that's where the Shepard Fairey got his shit from.
Right. So, and then there was like a 7-minute fight scene in the alley. Oh, did that fall off?
I guess. Don't you worry.
That it was like one of the longest fight scenes. That was fucking hilarious.
Him and I feel like that black dude. Was he? I feel like he was also in Repo Man. Was that the same dude?
He ended up having a good career.
Yeah, he
I
had a
can't
real
remember
good
his
career,
name.
man.
Yeah. So we got this for you too. Seasons Beatings Christmas postcard signed by McCarty.
So this is all now. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So one of the last things that I got here to show you.
Was there fighting? Was there fighting in your? Did you guys fight in your league?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Were you a
Kidding me?
fighter? Were you a fighting fella or not?
No, I was physical, but I wasn't an enforcer like Darren by any stretch.
Did you ever get in a fight?
Oh yeah. I was just okay. I was like a C plus B minus.
What fighting on a skate seems fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. There's a lot. Well, I mean, once you learn, like, like skating, I started when I was like 7 years old, so it became easier, just to fight on skates. You can actually get more traction.
You
dig
can,
in
you
a
can
little
get
bit.
the grip in there and just fucking plant.
It's a weird thing too, because there's jerseys and you're grabbing and you're pulling, where a boxing match your hands are tied up, or where it's a weird skill that you have to learn. And
excuse me. So what? I won't touch your stuff anymore with my sneezy hands. So sorry, me and you are in a fight. What do you do? All right, I'm gonna come at you. I'm coming at you. What do you do?
Well, you always want to control the head if you can, right?
All right.
So you can cross grab and pull some jersey over here, so they can't get you with you figure out if they're right or left-handed. Actually, that's the first thing you do. Sometimes it's different than the way they shoot. So if they're shooting right, sometimes they throw them left.
Oh, word.
And that can
that'll fuck you up, man.
Right. Now, there's a hockey fight. This is what you do. A regular fight's a whole other thing, but you want to get control of their jersey so you control their arms and their head.
Okay.
So, and then after that, now you're just throwing and going, and I would always just lose. I'd run out of gas real fast because I'm just throwing them hard.
Yeah, because when motherfuckers go like that for 20 seconds, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah. It's like what Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. That is so true. And that happened to me many times.
Really?
Yeah. The whole thing is thrown out the window and I'm just going. Now I'm on adrenaline. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to gas out in 20 seconds. I'm going like, I'm going to do this, until I win.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're tired. But that's another thing. When you get tired, you can kind of wrestle to the ground and the refs break it up.
You're like, all right.
Yeah.
I remember, man, this Mexican tweaker fella broke into my house when I was living in L.A. And I fucking fought him. He didn't really fight back much because he didn't know I was he came into my room. I was like, motherfucker. And I started fighting his ass. And I was like whooping him. And then the adrenaline dump happened.
Yes.
And bruh, I wanted to go to sleep on top of the man. I'm like, yo, I just couldn't even hold him no more. I'm like, yo,
I hated the fight in first or second period because I'm just that adrenaline dump. Yeah. And then, at least you get to sit in the box for 5 minutes. I'm not even tired. I'm just trying to keep up, so that I can go back out there for another shift. Nobody cares.
What position were you on?
Defense. I played D. And so we do hockey jerseys.
Holy shit, bro. How much stuff what's in this?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, you got the never-ending box. Oh, that's nice.
CM Punk?
I've heard tell of that fella. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, we did this.
You did that jersey for him.
Yeah. There's a design we did for AEW. They're second to WWE. And then Roddy Piper, Kilted Avengers.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
So we sell the jerseys that are the fictional teams in the comic book.
That's gangster.
At conventions and stuff. So
I like that. That's a really good idea. I didn't leave the house for a year. I was sad. And then I was a sad boy.
Depression?
Yeah, bro.
That's no joke.
But you know what? It was honestly it was I just lack God. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because it's when you see the world going to shit and you're like, what the fuck is it? And you're like, hey guys, the world's going to shit.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, fuck it, we like it. That's when I got sad. I was like, whoa, we're fucked. And then I didn't leave the house.
For a year?
I would go, but I wouldn't really it was just all Grubhub, and it was when I'd be like, I'm afraid you're gonna give me COVID, even though I wasn't. So they would just leave the fucking food at the door. I wasn't doing shit. I was just leave. So I just watched a gang of movies, and I ordered a bunch of jerseys from fictional teams. That was my life. Just a sad boy. So when you said,
shit.
Yeah, bro. So I was like, when you said that, I got flashbacks. I'm like, shit, man. I know
and that's how you kicked out? Was you as soon as you got those fictional team jerseys?
I was wearing, I got a Crash Davis, man. I was like, what would Crash Davis from Bull Durham do? He would get up off his ass. He would get up. Yeah, that's how I did it. Yeah, man.
You're getting Wild Thing.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, that was what Major League.
Yeah, Ricky Vaughn.
Bro. There was some shit, man. China, bro, they don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
So like, I was ordering shit from China, man. I still got the motherfucking Crash Davis.
They should try that with other people in the future that that are suffering from depression. Just go buy a Ricky Vaughn jersey.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro.
From China.
Straight up, man. Get a Chinese Ricky Vaughn. See what fucking Crash Davis. If you build it, they will come. So that's cool, man. That's nice that you got all of that.
Yeah, man. I'm excited where I am now. It's been a long time, 12 years, 13
Don, what's
years.
the next step for you?
So we're gonna make that TV pilot. We're finishing up the contracts now.
Who are you doing the pilot with?
Did you ever see the Russian 5 documentary on?
Yeah,
So
sure
the
did.
director from there, Josh Reel.
I thought that was really interesting.
was
Russian
awesome.
5 was a documentary on the Russian players that came to play for the Red Wings when they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, basically like sneaking them into the country and grabbing them out of the league in Russia. It's very, very interesting. So that
And
director,
their approach to the game, I found to be interesting too.
right? Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna just a pilot and then shop it around. But that's a huge step for me. That was a goal to make TV and film. Comics are great, but the real money, in my opinion, is TV and film.
I mean, but to me, it's like I feel like TV's done. Like, I don't think you
Traditional,
like. I feel like you could just make this and start dropping it on YouTube and be just as good. Like,
right. I mean, episodic format.
Yeah, so I mean,
wherever
like,
it goes.
Are you open to everything, or
Oh,
do you
yeah.
really want do you want it to be on television?
No, I mean, I just want it to be profitable. I want people to see it. I don't
Yeah.
care what kind. I mean, there's so many streaming services. There's YouTube. There's Tubi, and I don't care.
You just want it out there.
Yeah, I want it out there. I don't have to be a traditional type.
It's crazy because when you see like all these television things going out of business because no one's watching them.
Right.
Everyone's on every. I don't think I've watched the television. I haven't watched like classical television.
like a live television show when the show
I
comes
watch
on.
YouTube videos
Right.
on fucking. What I watched, on the one I watched the other night was how the Catholic Church was a bunch of demons. That's kind of why I brought that up. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for bringing that up, but yeah. So like,
I don't care where it gets. It gets to people a million different ways now. I mean, when's the last time you watched your show Tuesday at 8:00 and you tuned in at 8?
Yeah, right.
And watched the commercials and nobody does that. So
And it's kind of it. There's something to that. I wish that was a thing. I guess people do that with sporting events, right?
yeah, that's
Like,
one of the last
that's the only
things.
thing we
The
do it
news, kind of.
But even news, man.
Yeah, it's more in your feed now.
Yeah,
and
just
it's,
what do they? Yeah, I've seen people the way they get. They even call art content now, right?
right.
It cheapens like when. Isn't that gross if I call this? Hey, this is nice content.
Yeah, right.
It's like, bro, you bled for this shit, and they're
Right.
like, hey, this is pretty good content. Okay, thanks.
It's digital sales and reading it online on a Kindle or whatever. That's great if that's what you want. But as soon as you bought that, it's gone. You get a physical copy. I sign it. Now it's worth. If you don't like it, you can always go resell it and make money.
And the way people consume content,
Right.
you cheapen it. Like,
I agree.
It's cheap. It's disgusting. It's like and then the people become cheap as well. I've noticed it's like looking at the consumer now, and I call them consumers now. Looking at the consumer now, they're like, give me more, give me. Like, it's like feed me.
Right. Never enough.
It's kind of like that demon that you talk about in your comic book.
Ravager,
Yeah, Ravager. It's like, give me. Become insatiable.
It's crazy. All right. So a series comes out on Netflix, and they release all 9 episodes of a season.
Yep.
And I get that. That's great. I can sit there and binge. But there's something to waiting for what's going to happen next a week.
Yeah.
The next now when I'm binging, I'm not paying attention as much. I might be like on my phone. But if it's a weekly show that I like, that I only get to watch 30 minutes, I'm going to sit and watch it and I'm going to consume it at a higher level in my brain and listen to what they're saying, see the visuals. But I get it. That's what you're saying. Consume. No, I don't want to wait. I want everything right now, all the time. Everything right now.
Yeah.
Give me it all.
Yeah. Isn't that? And then I also noticed that like when you binge watch something, it doesn't have to be as good. Because if I give you something once a week and I got 2 whack episodes in a row, you're done.
You lost them too.
Yeah, that's they gotta wait 3 weeks for another something that's worth watching.
Right.
But with the binge watching, they can fast forward. Oh man, fuck this thing, and then boom, boom, they're on to the next one within.
That's very true. I didn't think of it that way. You could have a couple stinkers and not lose them.
Yeah, man.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
that's what I noticed because I'm like. There'd be like dumbass shit that people would be all about because they can binge it. I'm like, I remember that being out, and that shit was kind of trash. You know, like
yeah, right.
That was pretty. Like, what's that fucking Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah,
that shit is fucking slow, dog. That's like, it's not smart. It's just slow. You're like, all right, dog. Okay, all right. Especially after the fucking the Michael Pitt fella left, you know, it was just I gotta look at fucking Steve Buscemi's ugly ass for fucking hours upon end. Like, oh yeah, fucking Ren and Stimpy looking motherfucker. Now he's pouting looking here. Now he's pouting looking there.
Ren and Stimpy. Yep, that's him.
And I was like, what do they do? They ain't do shit forever. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I got the other goal after that. I've reached one of them. I go and I've been touring with the book with McCarty. We've done 3 or 4 Red Wings games. We're selling the book, signing them at the concourse. It's really cool. I wasn't good enough as a player for the NHL, but I made it as a comic book writer.
But you know what the cool thing is like you don't have to be good enough to like you're gonna get more respect than I am. You know, people. You know what it is to get in a fight on ice. You know what it is to like wake up hungover and have to go to practice. You know what it is.
How'd you know I was hungover?
Yeah, well, I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, the ultimate goal when I started all this was TV and film. I wanted to get my stories, crazy stories in my head out there.
But you started this years ago.
Yeah,
right?
2012. So just grinding, going like this year alone. I'll be at 40 appearances.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Hockey games. I got tomorrow I'm at K-Wing Stadium, Kalamazoo Wings.
Oh, yeah.
Darren's dropping the puck. And in another 2 weeks, we're doing the December 14th Red Wings game with Darren at the table, signing on the concourse. Those are always fun. And it's just seeing the legion of Red Wings fans that come and, hey, Darren, that was so cool.
Red Wings are... We're like the Cowboys, right? Are we like as far as for hockey goes?
They're the drizzling shits right now. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, but no. I meant like as far as like Pac's got there's a picture of Pac with the Red Wings.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like Red Wings kind of transcend Detroit.
Yeah, they're an iconic franchise. They're an original 6. People know them all around the world, and yeah, definitely. I'd say.
What's the most popular
in Detroit?
No, man, in the fucking world, man.
The
in
NHL?
The world, Dom. Yeah.
Yeah, the original 6. Any of them really?
The Maple Leafs.
Yep.
So faggoty.
This the team. This the Leafs.
It's like, hey, come take over our country. Like, fuck us. Oh yeah, we're just Leafs.
Canadians, Leafs, Boston Bruins, Chicago.
The Rangers. Are the Rangers one of them or not?
Rangers, yep. The Boston Bruins, Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawks. Is that 6?
Well, Blackhawks is dope still.
Yeah.
I fuck with them.
Yeah, they got all those fan bases are strong. Real strong.
I'm kind of curious. I want to look it up now.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm betting Red Wings. I bet on Red Wings.
What's the metric? You like?
I don't know. I was gonna ask ChatGPT. What's the most popular?
Well, just most popular.
Well, they got the things that they can track is probably jersey sales and shit like that. And
Red Wings are, like, is that you're talking about of all time or just like this year?
Of all time, man. This is like, what do you think? Yeah,
because the Red Wings are terrible right now. But I'd say Wings or Montreal.
No, could you check? Can you look it up? You think Wings or Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Montreal jerseys look sweet as hell too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're the oldest franchise in the league. I think they were actually first. Blackhawks?
By how much?
What?
What does it say?
Most fans 2.5, closest is 2.1 with Boston Bruins.
Bruins. Huh.
No shit. Yeah. Well,
What's the Red Wings?
color me incorrect.
1.8.
That's
Yeah.
Fourth place.
Close.
not bad. So
I think it's because they're so bad right now.
Blackhawks, Bruins, Penguins, Red Wings, Canadians.
Okay.
but like you gotta think about it like this. No one in Detroit even fucks with the Red Wings.
Right now? Yeah.
No, ever.
Yeah.
Like black people don't watch hockey.
Yeah,
I didn't
sure.
watch. I didn't grow up watching hockey. I didn't know shit about hockey, dog.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
So like you're very like no one even in your own fucking city watches you, and you still number fucking 4.
Right.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's people call it niche, but that's because they don't watch it. There's millions of fans. Like hockey's huge.
What did you think about when they put the little? Did they remember when they made the puck glow?
Fox track?
That was weird.
Oh, it was horrible.
I don't like it when they do stuff like
It made
that.
it look like a video game.
I know it feels like, come on, man, I'm not dumb here.
That was so, you don't know where the golf ball is all the time, or you don't have to put a blue streak behind a baseball.
I stopped watching sports, and it was yesterday was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And like I hadn't seen sports in forever, and it's gotten weird, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm kind of disgusted by it. First off, like I was
Amen.
mad that there was a bunch of women watching. Like, can't we have anything?
No.
Can dudes have fucking anything?
No.
And then they don't understand what the fuck is going on.
No.
And then they had these fellas, they had all these fucking pro bowlers, and they made them wear turkeys on their head. Like, where's your dignity? Like, hey, what is it? Put this shit on your head and fucking make predictions. And like, it was, that came from like some fucking, like I could just, cause I come from Johnny Jones, so I'm just picturing like some fucking lame, like, hey, we got this idea. Everybody wear a turkey on your head, and if you want to keep this paycheck, you're gonna have to wear a fucking turkey and degrade yourself.
You should comment on sports from the Peanut Gallery like you did before. That'd be hilarious. I'd watch that, like a channel where you're just making fun of the game. Turkeys on the heads.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I had to do everything because I didn't want to ruin everyone else's good time.
No,
like
right.
I'm a guest in their house. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck is this shit? Why am I looking at two broads talk about this shit right now? Like,
I would watch alternate commentary with you on a sports, just like compilation even.
yeah, that's a good idea.
The,
It's funny, man. My old man, he'd be like, what team was she on? He'd get all mad and shit. I'm like, well, he didn't play either, but now I get it. Like,
yeah, right. They do the breast cancer awareness wearing pink everywhere.
bruh,
Breast cancer is a real problem. I get it, but you got to put the players got to wear
blood
pink.
money though, man.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I find it disgusting because they're like, hey man, who do you love the most? My mom. Okay, what if she died? And then wear this fucking pink thing. It's blood money. They have, bruh, they're still doing fucking chemotherapy.
Yeah.
You know when that shit came out? The 40s.
Really?
How much money have we raised for cancer? And they're still rocking out with fucking chemotherapy, and then I gotta watch these dudes wearing pink or shit all the time.
Right.
It's fucking gross. It's like, where's this money going to?
Right.
Did you ever see that? Did you?
I don't want those types of things infiltrating sports. That's like watching a movie. That's my time to escape from what's going on. I'm going to enjoy this game. I don't want to fucking think about cancer. Why am I thinking about cancer? I'm watching two guys hit each other.
Yeah, bro. And then it's like, yo, bro, I think when it came out a few years ago, they were selling those cancer things for like $100. I think $1 per jersey was going to the Cancer Foundation. So the NFL was caking up like, damn, they was caking up off of tumors, dog. Can you imagine? Like, yo, these motherfuckers, oh, man, it's a damn shame. Oh, you lost your auntie? Well, we made fucking $2 billion off of your auntie's death. That's fucked up, man.
Right.
And then I'm an asshole for pointing that out. Like, oh, well, you must like cancer. Like, nah, bitch, I don't like blood money, man.
No, and that's not the audience. It's not people that want to learn about cancer. I'll go learn about cancer somewhere.
Man, they turn fucking pro sports into Oprah, dog. They ruin shit, man.
Right. No, I agree. And the game has changed too. It's not the game. I played
Has hockey changed as well?
a little bit. Not not as drastically as the other sports. Like NFL, you got wide receivers sliding like quarterbacks and
Yeah.
Amon-Ra just did it, and he was mic'd up. He's like, "Yeah, so what? I don't want to get hit." I mean, I think they would have kicked me out. They would have canceled me from football if I had done something like that. You know, not even that long ago.
It's interesting, right? Like, there's an argument for keeping motherfuckers broke because you just are hungrier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This dude's making all his money. He's like, oh man, if I get hit too hard, I'm gonna start shaking and shit. But like what he fails to understand is it took a lot of dudes shaking for him to make this money. You know what I mean? We're all standing on they're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not picking on Amon-Ra. A lot of players.
I don't even know who this fucking guy is.
He's the receiver. He's really good. But like, just the whole culture has changed so much, and it's the older I get, the harder it is to watch. I feel like I'm turning into an old codger, you know. But it's just it doesn't appeal to me the way it used to. I'm trying to change. But
you know what? Like I'm a 70s baby. You're probably like 80s, early 80s or some shit. But the boomers ruined everything. And it's like this whole idea of the old codger. We used to respect old people. We used to respect the wisdom of an old person.
True.
And now it's like if an old person says something critical, like, oh, this old codger, get a grip, old man. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But like maybe all those old dudes that were grumpy and shit were onto something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they have their point of view, and things were different. And what do they call it? The current bias. Like somebody that never saw Michael Jordan play says LeBron's the greatest. Like,
yeah.
I think there's a good argument for either one of those guys, you know. But you know, there's usually a bias to the current one. You're like, oh, that, you know, it was always like those guys weren't fast back then; they were slow. Yeah. It's all relative.
Everything is.
You know.
You know what I've noticed. With all of this technology coming to us, is everybody has this need to know everything all the time.
Yes.
I was out with some older people last night, and it's like they busted out the phone, started looking shit up. It's like, yo, man, like, so we got all these know-it-alls who it's produced a whole group of know-it-alls, and these know-it-alls have a tailored experience, a curated experience on their phone. Right. So they have huge blind spots. Like, how old are you?
28.
All right, so you're 28. I don't know if you would be victim of this. Do you know what, like a Sonny and Cher song?
I know what they are.
But you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there was stuff like you and I knew from Abbott and Costello days. But that's like 60 years before we're born.
Right.
You don't see that anymore.
No.
There's bigger and bigger blind spots, but the people that have these blind spots think they know more than anybody right now.
Right. Yeah, it's true. And you're reliant on the information at your fingertips in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't even retain as much. We used to know everything. I used to know everybody's phone number. I used to know.
You know anybody's phone number now?
I know mine. That's it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I forgot that sometimes, bro. I'll straight up forget my own fucking phone number.
I got one more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anybody's. Why would I? What's the point?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know any numbers by heart other than my own. Like,
you know what I do? Like when people bust out the phone for like what we just did, we didn't know that information, right?
Yeah.
Like to find out about who the most popular thing is. But if someone gets information that you should know, like we got to make a bet. Money's got to be exchanged if you're gonna break out the fucking phone and ruin the conversation.
Right.
That's what I've been doing. I lost $1 last night.
Lost $1?
Yep.
What'd you bet on?
When Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out.
Ah, okay.
You remember when it came out?
Let me see. Once Upon. I'd say 16.
19. Close. See?
Okay.
Boom. See?
Yeah.
But
I would have lost too. Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, man, I was thinking it was 19 too, but he said it first, so I just said fucking 18 and lost.
Hey.
Yeah, bitch. Smart man. Speed kills. But that's that thing, right? You think about a certain thing. You think about what you're doing during that thing. You think about
right.
I think the more you go to the phone, the less you think.
For sure. It's a cheat sheet. You have a cheat sheet. You don't study for the test. You're not retaining anything. You're not gonna. It's weird how you don't retain when you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like you have the information. Why am I letting it go? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, it's true. I was watching this one thing, man. You should have you seen what they've been doing with like kids, like little kids, like kids television and stuff on YouTube?
No.
It's evil, bro.
What are they doing?
It's fucking evil. We were just talking to I was talking to this dude about some Rachel lady on YouTube. I'm like, fuck that bitch. Something ain't right about her. Turns out, man, these motherfuckers they're studying casinos.
Okay.
They're studying casinos for what they give these toddlers. They're doing the same shit that the casinos use for slot machines to make children addicted to fucking YouTube programs.
And what type of things?
They're doing all like A major A and C, all these like bright tones.
Oh, really?
They oversaturate all the pictures. They put on the one I'm talking about right now, Coco Melon. They put whatchamacallits underneath it, subtitles.
They give the kids free drinks.
Basically, yes. A horror waitress brings them a fucking free milk. Hey, there you go, kiddo. Yeah, it's a whole fucking night.
Here's a coupon to the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, there it is. Kid gets a Mickey, wakes up with his fucking watch gone. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, Dom.
Fuck. So I'm not surprised.
Isn't it crazy though? It's kind of interesting to watch, like, just to watch our own, like, we're volunteering for our own destruction. We're like, oh man, yeah, my kid's a fucking junkie, a 2-year-old junkie, but he's quiet. So like, I need to get this shit. I need to get these dishes done.
Right.
That's it. I guess it's all about what's the word? Convenience, really.
Yes. Yep. People give up, freedom for convenience all the time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Is that in your conspiracy thing? As a conspiracy fella, what are some of your next predictions?
I think in our lifetime that we will find out everything, not everything, but that there's other species that are already among us. That they either have bodies of at like a place like Area 51 or the Green River Complex or, things like that. And it's going to come out because there's people like, God, I can't remember the guy's name that used to work at Area 51. And he's like, here's what they have. They have this technology. I saw the body of a gray or whatever you want to call him. I bet you that's going to come out. Because there's too much out there. There's too much, and I think that's why they put out the UFO video, possibly. I think it'll come out.
They were saying, like, I think someone was telling me, were you telling me this? Somebody was telling me that, like, there was a bunch, no, you weren't, it was my buddy.
Bob Lazar was the guy's name, sorry.
There was a bunch of, there was a bunch of sightings last night.
Was there?
Apparently around the world, there was a bunch of UFO sightings.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. During the Lions game?
I don't fucking know. It was
like around Amun-Ra?
Yeah. Even I had the Lions game on around me. Like, I know it was after the Lions game. They were even watching the Lions game. Did you see that thing where they made a goat but then put human DNA in the goat, man?
No.
I don't know if it's fake or not, but that shit bummed me out when I saw it. It was like a fucking. Here, maybe you can find it. Like, type in human DNA goat.
I saw the dog.
You saw the dog? Like,
human goat?
They're they're using. They're
Wait, you remember Goat Boy from Saturday Night Live? Jim Brewer?
Again, bro, they're getting us ready for this shit. They're like, hey, man, tell these motherfuckers. Predictive programmed us with fucking Saturday. Look at Pat with Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Literally, that's what we're dealing with all the time. Pat was the character where you didn't know if it was a guy or girl.
Would that get canceled now?
What's that?
Would that get canceled now?
Bro, you couldn't do that now.
Yeah, they made a movie. Pat was a movie.
Dog, I was watching Did you see that goat, motherfucker? Man, that's a real bummer. So you know, I went on IMDb for like the best movies ever because I'm a movie fella. I'm a movie buff.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Silence of the Lambs. That couldn't be made in this day and age.
No.
It's impossible.
No.
Like the things that they hold dearest, we can't even make.
Right.
You got to first he's killing a fat broad. You know, you can't talk shit about fat people. And then he's a tranny. He's into all the fucking weirdo tranny shit.
Right.
And there's all white people can't have that movie.
No.
You know what I mean? And Jodie Foster.
They don't let you masturbate that fast either. You know.
No, like that's a lie. Who comes that fast? And then and it had that big, like you can't come that fast and have a load that big. Like if you're gonna come fast, it's gonna be.
Yeah. I don't even know, other than that, how that skill would apply.
And then chucking. Have you thrown cum like a monkey? Like I've never thrown cum.
I used to, not anymore.
I bet. I guess that's what they do in jail. There's words for it.
Really?
Yeah. These fellas are tossing cum on the lady guards. I bet you it helps them come. Like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking throw the shit out of this man.
My trash basket, the trash basket was full. Sorry,
Officer Jackson's gonna get all this in her fucking face and just chucking it.
Oh my god, I have to figure out what that's called.
Is that gonna be in a book?
It's coming up. Yeah,
that'll be nice.
Ravager is gonna do that.
Is there anything I should have asked you?
No, I think we got everything that's coming up. If people want more information, go to messbucketcomics.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at messbucketcomic. All these great books and
yo, congrats on that. And I love your hustle, bro.
Thanks, man.
I just love the hustle.
Thanks.
Is there anybody that's that you would love to do a comic of?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There aren't
okay,
a lot of
I
people.
will.
Huh? You want it?
Go ahead, man.
Are you gonna be throwing cum around, or what? Did that get you psyched?
I'm trying to think. Did I ever throw cum on a lady? One time, this one lady. She tried to do me bold. I'm not gonna get into it, but she tried to do me shady with like handcuffs. I'm like, yeah. So then so what I did was I busted in her and busted in her on her butt crack and then pulled her sock off of it and then wiped her ass and handed it to her. And I called that the sock treatment. That was a long time ago. And
not shock treatment, sock treatment.
And let's be real, I was a child. I was a boy child. I would never do that again. I mean, I wasn't a child, but I had the mental about it.
You were watching those casino videos.
Bro, I had issues, man. I was like I was a self-loathing fucking fat piece of ex-fat kid, just hated myself, so yeah.
I bet you wish you still had that sock today.
Are you kidding? I can make one of those
it is.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm wearing it. This was the sock from the sock treatment.
Oh, shit. That's great.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
Dude, I love what you got going on here. This place is really cool. I've never heard of it before. Luxury Loud.
Isn't it cool, man?
Awesome. Yeah. Really cool. I grew up working at the produce terminal a couple
right over there.
Away. Yeah.
Yo, man, I buy y'all people's potatoes all the time to this fucking day.
Nice.
To this day.
We actually, you know what? One more thing that you asked. So I have a charity event at Clark Park.
Where's
you know
that
where that is? Clark Park, Clark Avenue. I think it's 2 more exits.
Okay.
South.
All right. What's the event for?
So Clark Park has the last full-size outdoor hockey rink in Detroit. They have a beautiful outdoor rink with boards. So I started this charity 16 years ago.
Okay.
And we have the Alumni Red Wings playing it. We have teams from all over Michigan, Canada, and Ohio. We raise money to keep Clark Park open.
How much does it cost to keep Clark Park open?
I don't know. It's a lot more than I raise, but we've raised over $220,000 over the 16 years. Yeah.
Wow, Doug.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We got celebrities dropping the puck for the Red Wings.
You want to auction my cum sock? Is that
I'm glad you brought that up.
So,
it'd have been weird if I brought it up.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I was like, it's going to take him a long time to get to that. So let's
Jude's fictional team is going to be the cum socks.
Yeah.
No, wait, the sock treatment.
The tickle monsters. That's here goes the tickle monster. That was my fantasy football team.
The Tickle Monsters?
Yeah.
Okay.
The team sounded creepy.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd be scared to play it.
Yeah. Can that be one of y'all teams, the Tickle Monsters?
The Tickle
I think that'd be swell.
I think that'd be sweet. At least a jersey.
Bruh.
Yeah. At least I can make a jersey for
Hot
you.
dog. That's a good idea, man. Shake on it.
All right. We got it. Yep. We'll come back.
Dom, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man. See, last time I saw you, I think we were both in high school. Yeah. In Rochester. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
They never asked me to come back and talk in the school.
they didn't?
Fucking asshole. Can you believe it?
Well, now that they know the sock story, the sock treatment, they're coming.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I think so,
It's
too.
done. They're going to live stream it.
The Falcons.
The Falcons. That's right.
Took me 5 years to get out of there, but I did it.
They did it? Hey, they want to stick around.
Dude, I got to tell you, Dom, like being a fifth-year senior, awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. They just want you to fuck out. They just want you out. You take all these toy-ass fucking classes.
Okay. So you just had more fun. You had one more year of fun.
Yeah. That was it. And then there was only one guy that cheered louder for me at graduation. And he had Down syndrome. So I was the number one cheered for fella.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Yeah.
Little things.
I mean, you've spent the most time at the school. You'd think they'd want you back.
I know, right? That was the same with the Rochester Library. I did 200 hours of community service there. I'm like, hey, I did all this community service there because I kept getting in trouble. I'm like, and I wrote some books. Would you like me to talk? They're like, nah, just write us an email. I'm like, fuck these guys.
You were investing time in school. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't just community service. You know?
Man. I was there for it.
Oh, that's great. Oh, the event's called the Frozen Fish Fiasco. So
That's the Frozen Fish Fiasco is for the
charity hockey event. Yeah, people
And
go
when
to.
is that going to be?
That's February 1st and 2nd.
I was right around the corner.
Yeah, and frozenfishfiasco.com if you'd like to donate or be a sponsor. So it was a lot of fun, Jude. Nice to meet you. This is great what you got going on, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.